What you have to understand, okay, is that life is all about pleasing God. And when you please God, God does everything for you and also huge numbers of humans around you like crazy. Okay, so there's a very stupid, foolish, broken mentality in many people that thinks, oh my gosh, I need to work extremely hard and do all this toil amongst people in order to experience some kind of victory in this existence. That is not the truth. The truth is, you only need to win God's heart. You need to win God's favor. You need to please God. And when you please God, when equals joy, when you please God, God, who is almighty and all powerful and all rich and all everything, does everything for you. And not only for you only, but for huge numbers of people all around you and indeed around the whole world. Because it's God's emotions that are at stake. It's God's feelings of pleasure that matter in the world. So if I, as an individual human, bring God's screaming pleasure through who I am, what my heart is, what I say, what I think, what my fragrance of love and worship and alignment with the greatest commandment is, guess what? The almighty, all-powerful God works so many miracles on planet Earth just because he likes me. And that applies to every human worldwide for all time, okay? From the beginning to the end of the Bible, it is full of stories of humans that just praised and worshipped God, and God himself trounced all of their enemies and took care of every single problem. Okay, so I want to call the whole human race out of godless toil and into God-pleasing, okay, which is centered in gratitude and appreciation and thankfulness and the worship of God, okay, the knowing of God, personal relationship, his personal voice, listening, getting him, hearing his voice, delighting in his message, the greatest commandment. You have to find out what pleases and delights the heart of God alone, more than anything else in this existence. And you just milk that, if you will. You just execute that 24/7. And you're the winner. You're doing what you're supposed to do. And guess what? God takes care of everything for you. And he will transform the whole world on your behalf. Just because you won his heart. You won his favor. He likes you. Like, have you noticed how important it is that people please God? And this is where all the godless people get it wrong. This is where all the workaholics get it wrong. And this is where all the godless governments get it wrong. They silly, like humanism gets it wrong. They talk about everything except pleasing God, which is the most important thing that mankind can do for our success and happiness and prosperity and, health and all the, these things that exist in our window of time before Jesus Christ comes back and we ultimately all go home to glory, ideally, okay? There you go. So, please God today. That is the only checkbox on your to-do list, okay? The only checkbox that ever exists in my life and in any given day is bring God maximum pleasure. That's the only checkbox in my life.